ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टुकी। Hare Krishna. Today, one of the auspicious day for doing the devotional service unto Lord Shri Krishna, and he has exhibited during his earthly pastime that how one can devote himself for the satisfaction of Krishna so that they also get entirely satisfied. That is bhakti. And as we have already read in 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, we'll try to little recap that Krishna was just little less than 7 years old. 7th year is running. And he could find in Gokula, Nanda, Upananda, all the gopis, cowboys, boys, they are busy preparing for some sacrifice. And that is the first time that Krishna noticed their sacrifice to please Lord Indra was going on for quite some time. But until the 6th year, Lord Krishna did not notice and did not disturb them. But on the 7th year, as a child has a question, and he said, "Oh, my dear father, what is going on? Can you tell me?" Nanda Baba said, "Oh, you're a child, just don't worry, keep playing, it's all right, we are doing something." But doing what? He said, "We're doing some sacrifice." Because it says, Bhagavad Gita, that you have to do the sacrifice to please the demigod, and by pleasing them, reciprocally you enjoy. You give them the sacrifice, obligation, and they give the rain and harvest and things like that. So he said, "No, you don't understand. It is to please the Indra, because water is the source of life. Water is the only source of life. Rest, all the things, they may preserve the life or maintain the life, but the source of life is water." So they say, because of the water we get our the fields watered, we get crop, we sell them, we do the business, and therefore at most we thank him. This is yearly thanking. All right? But he said, "But why? Why Indra? You have not seen him. You have only heard about him. You have not seen him. How do you know he is only giving rain? Why not somebody else?" So they laughed at him. They said, "Okay." He said, "No, I'm very serious. You cannot worship somebody whom you don't know. You have just overheard. How do you know Indra gives rain? What is in his power?" So they say, "What we should do?" He said, Look at this Govardhana. This Govardhana is giving you everything. The fruits, the wood, the grass, he is nurturing your cows. He is giving you everything. So instead of worshipping unknown, why don't you worship known? That is Giriraj." And first they took it very light, but everybody was captivated by his word. They think though the boy is very small, but there is, some weight in his talk. So what? Let us, this year let us worship Govardhan, then we see what happens next year. What's the problem? We are not running away. Indra is not running away. So they agreed to the suggestion of the little boy. So all the paraphernalia that was collected, that was stored for pleasing the Lord Indra, they have invested all the energy and all the resources in worshipping Govardhan. And when they started worshiping Govardhan, this news somehow the flash, to the abode of Indra, Avantikapura. He said, what? These cowherd boys, the girls and the people, old and young alike, they have no brain. If you don't favor them, they will starve to death. How could they? And Indra says, all right. Anybody who is an offender, they must be taught a lesson. Anybody who is an offender must be taught a lesson. Because he is the king. And king has every right to punish his citizen. So, he called out Sambartaka, the personified the cloud, and he says, okay, you know what you do? You just go over Vrindavan and rain down. It's like a cloud bursting of the cloud. Teach them a lesson. So Indra thought that as soon as this cloud will go over there, within 5-10 minutes they will come to understand and they will start worshipping me. But what happened? As soon as Lord Krishna saw the rain is pouring down, and then the cows just started crying, Gopis just started crying, Pahimam, save us, save us. And Krishna could understand who he could be. So he immediately lifted the Govardhana hill. 7 years old boy, Govardhana hill. And his left hand's last finger, make it an umbrella, and called everybody in. Please come in, come in, come in. And everybody came in. But nowadays, when you tell somebody, Krishna did this act, and this Govardhana was 84 kosha tall and in radius. How big it would be? People don't believe it. But they can't understand. Even all these planets, they are just floating in the earth. Who's holding them up? Not 1 or 2, not 10 and 50, not 1,000, 2,000, trillions and trillions. They are aloft. Who is doing that? Whose energy? It's Krishna. So what is a big thing for Krishna to lift the Govardhana hill? But for mundane eyes, they could see that such a big Govardhana is lifted up, at least 7 feet. And all came in. But you know what? All the water that fall upon Govardhana, not even a single drop came down on the earth. Otherwise it would have been inundated, devastation. They could save their head, but they wouldn't save their land, isn't it? Land will be inundated. Not even a drop of water came down. So I'll take you the history of the different millennium. That once in Kailasa, Lord Shiva was not there. He has gone out for meditation. Parvati was there, and Narada happened to come. Narayana, 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 Narayana. Parvati welcomed him. Oh, Devarishi, Dhanyo asi, Dhanyo asmi, Dhanyo asmi, Dhanyo asmi. Please come sit. And Narada said, my dear Parvati, you are in perfect Grasthashram. She said, yes, I am. I feel myself very lucky. But she said, you know what? You're not doing the Grihastha Dharma. She said, what? What am I not doing? What am I not doing? They said, please tell me, what is my fault? He said, because as a Grihastha, you are supposed to feed the Brahmanas. You are supposed to feed the Vaishnavas. Then only Grihastha will become perfect. Otherwise, it is not correct. Oh, she realized, my good gracious God, what a kind of mistake I have done. He said, Devarisi Narada, I'll let you know after consultation with my husband Sambhu when we can arrange this. Narada said, Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. So when Lord Shiva comes back after some time, she started crying. Oh my Lord Shiva, we are in Grihastha ashram, but we are doing a lot of papas. And he was set back. Papas? In Grihastha ashram? You and me in papa? Who told you this? He said, please don't get angry, but Narada had come. And he told me the rules and regulations of Grihastha dharma. And Grihastha dharma means occasionally you have to feed Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas. Lord Shiva laughed. Ah, that's my brother, huh? Okay. So, my brother has taught you this lesson. All right. When he come next, tell him, let him decide the date. Venu is Kailasa. And let him make the list of the invitees. Doesn't matter. Because for Lord Sambhu, what is impossible? So after some time, Anantara, in the absence of Lord Shiva, Narada again came. And he told Parvati, oh, how are you? You seem very smiling today. Is your purpose solved, resolved? She said, yes. My husband told me that when Devarisi Narada comes, let me invite any number of people at any date. You just tell me which date. Narada felt very, very happy. He said, okay, on that particular day, we will come. Doesn't matter how many. Because everything is Akshay Patra. So, on the date of the appointment, all the Devas and Rishis and Vaishnavas and Sadhus and Santas, they started pouring into the Kailasa, including Vishnu. And, I forget the name of the sadhu. What was the name? Who drank the water, Samudra water? Agastya, okay. Among them also Agastya. And Agastya was Virkodaraha. He could eat and he can digest even the mountains. For Bhima, he would only take the mount of the food, 40, 50, 60 kilo. But this Agastya could even devour the mountains and drink water. Now, when everybody was sitting in the line, the custom was, when the food is served in line, until everybody has finished, nobody will get up from the seat. So what they did, Vishnu caught hold of Agastya, he said, sit nearby me. So Vishnu is the one but last, and Agastya last. And Prasada started coming. And Prasada started coming and coming. By the time their turn came, Lord Krishna had little, and he just got up. And when he got up, everybody got up. Because the reason was there, he became, not Punya. What's the name? Not Asuchi. It became Asuchi. And Agastya got very, very wild on Vishnu. He said, what is the nonsense? You have invited. I have been invited. And I was wild. I didn't give even one drop of water to drink. And Krishna consoled him. He said, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Rest assured. I will quench your thirst in Dwapara. And when I invite you, you please do come. I'll come to the story of Govardhana. So Krishna lifted the Govardhana, invited Agastya, and he told him, okay, stand in one corner. And he tilted the Govardhana, so all the water will go from there, and Agastya would put his mouth, and he drank every single drop that Samapartaka was pouring for 1 week. So water did come, but did not fall on the ground. So not inundation, no pralaya, no what do you call spoiling of their the villages or their field, nothing like that. Now when Samapartaka was tired, He sent the wind. But wind also couldn't deter. Now his friends were under the Govardhana. They realized, oh my God, Krishna must have tired. So what to do? Let us put our dandas. So every one of them, they put the dandas. And to tell Krishna, now okay, we are there, remove your finger. So Krishna for a second removed the finger, and with the weight of this one, they're all like, cut, he lifted again. So they thought we should help Krishna, right? But no, Krishna doesn't need anybody's help. So 7 days and night are passed. And in the 7 days and night, they did not cook any food. And Krishna was habitual of eating 8 times a day. Okay, if I tell the story of this coming, then it will be too much. Anyway, we have already read it. We have read the prayers of Indra falling flat on Lord Sri Krishna and asking for the forgiveness and telling, I was ignorant, I did not know. What you have done is right, I abide by you. And this way, when he put the Govardhana down, everybody became very much afraid. My God, Krishna did not eat anything. So, 7 days, 8 times a day, 8 7 are 56. From then, they started offering him 56 bhogas. So, some of you may be wondering, why 56 bhogas? So, the 8 days into 8 times a day, Krishna is it. So, 56 bhogas were offered to Krishna. This is one part of it. Another part is called Annakuta. You have heard the story of Madhavendra Puri, how Madhavendra Puri rescued the Gopala on his own instruction from the bushes, put it on Govardhana, served him, gave him the Abhishekam, and started feeding the people. And this Annakuta went on for many months. People from nearby village, they will hear, oh, Bhandara is going on. People will bring their produce, their things, they'll cook again, and it goes on and on and on. So today also celebrated as Annakuta ceremony. And Annakuta generally, well, last time I saw the biggest Annakuta in my life was in Bahrain. It was of 105 kilos of ingredients. 105 kilo. A small hall, but it was just full. So this is also known Annakuta. Why Annakuta is, sometimes Krishna can eat also uncooked. Any problem for him? No. And any one of you remember the first or second Govardhan Puja at Vrindavan Dham here in Chaudhry's house? I also asked them, bring the sacks of the attas, rice, pulses, potatoes, vegetable and everything. I don't know how many you remember. It was a big circle of this and we made a Govardhan out of it. So this was a small story of Govardhana. We are very lucky that we have already read it practically. We know about it. We know about why Krishna has done that. One, to give a lesson to his devotees, those who are puffed up. Indra is one of the devotees, but he is a devotee like us. In need, a devotee. If not in need, I can do what I want. Who Krishna is. Same Indra forbid Krishna to take Parijata from the Swarga. Not only forbade him, he fought with him. Look at it. But he is a devotee. Whenever there is a need, he'll come. And in Arabic we say, Ammi, 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 Ammi. Okay? So, this is the story of today. The Giriraji. I'm very happy that last to last year we were able to sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra for all 21 kilometer around Govardhana. Constant. 21 kilometer. Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay, taking turn, but we didn't stop. So when chance will come, let's go again. We don't know how to pray to the Govardhan Ji or Govardhan Giridhari. We don't know. But at least we know. There was Sanstapakacharya said, under the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra, these are as good as you are reciting the mantras from the Vedas. And is Mahamantra. So whenever next you go, please go there. Time is up for me. Sorry I didn't take the class of Bhagavatam, but this is also Bhagavatam. Thank you very much. My many thanks for all those who have blessed our granddaughter. Hare Krishna.